Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL prediction segment, I'm going to be giving you my pick and analysis for the 2016 Week 13 NFL matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to take Seattle at home in this one. Partly because, the main reason is, of course, that Seattle is the better team on paper. They are a perfect, flawless 5-0 at home right now. Now, I know they did not have the best performance last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They lost 14-5. They didn't get, they didn't get a touchdown in that game. Seattle has had some other games where they have struggled offensively. The offense has been sporadic, to say the least. As many of you may know, they lost, I don't remember the exact score. I'm thinking it may have been 9-3. They lost to the Rams earlier this season. There's been times when their offense has been putrid. However, it's been some time since the Seahawks have lost 2 consecutive games. I see this team as very resilient. I think they're going to bounce back from this loss. And also, Carolina is simply, they're not the world beaters that they were last season. They are no longer the dominant team. I don't know if it's a Super Bowl loser hangover that's setting in or what have you, but something that they just, especially on their defensive end. Right now, Carolina, one of the linebackers, Luke Kuechly, he may be out. His status is questionable. Now, their scoring defense, which was really very good last season, this season, right now, they're number 24 in the league, giving up 25.5 points per contest. Now, the thing about Carolina, though, that gives them a puncher's chance, if you will, in this game, is the fact that the Seattle Seahawks, their offensive line, has not really been that great, and it really hit rock bottom last week when they gave up 6 sacks to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's interesting because Carolina and Seattle, they're both tied in the NFL, number 3 in the league in defensive sacks. They have 31 apiece. Carolina has a chance with their relentless pass rush if they could get to Russell Wilson. What I'm thinking, though, is it may happen if I think the quarterback Russell Wilson of Seattle, what I think he might make some adjustments and maybe drop back a little bit further, give him a little bit more time to throw the ball and prevent the sacks from occurring. Now, if he does get sacked a lot, it could be a long day for Seattle. However, keep in mind that Carolina did defeat Seattle last season in the divisional round of the playoffs, and Seattle will be seeking retribution. Seattle is still a very good team, though I know they may have that Jekyll and Hyde syndrome. They can look like world beaters. They could look very dominant in some games. In the next game, they could really lay an egg and not really play well. You look at Seattle, though, they are +5 in turnover differential. Carolina -5 in turnover differential. So they have a little more of a propensity to make miscues and they do seem to make them a lot at the end of the games, while Seattle has more of that proclivity to finish these games very well. So, anyway, Seattle, as far as their defense goes, that's been sterling as usual. They are number 1 in scoring defense, giving up 17 points per game. But their offense is where they've struggled. They've only averaged 20.4 points per game, which is number 23 in the NFL. And Carolina, on the other hand, their offense has been better than Seattle's. They're averaging about 25 points per game. So the thing about it, though, is Carolina this season has not been a team that is 500 or better. And their wins have come against teams kind of mediocre or lackluster teams, while Seattle has had some quality wins, including one against Atlanta and one against the New England Patriots. So for these reasons, I like the Seattle Seahawks. They do have their offensive line is kind of the situation's kind of confusing. It's in disarray. They don't really know who's going to be at this right tackle position. Bradley Sowell and Gary Gilliam. They're still trying to decide between them, and they're obviously very ambivalent regarding which one is going to be that choice. So that is causing some problems for them, but I think Seattle will make the adjustments in this one. They understand what happened last game. In general, we don't see Seattle have 2 consecutive games in which they're really bad, and I think they'll bounce back and win this one. So I do like Seattle to win this one at home. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube NFL prediction segment, and until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.